if you don't mind. So there's actually 3 colours involved. And I've just got to do a quick prize draw on this one to see who wins this. Cheers, Darryl, thanks. They come in, this is just happens to be the silver grey one. There's also a black one and a blue one, so whoever gets picked can actually choose from one of the colours. What makes this particular cue case really nice is it's actually got an additional storage pocket at the back. So it's really well made. So anyway, it's a free cue case. Courtesy of, well not courtesy, but courtesy of our sponsors, Career Foods, supplied by Legend Billiards. So I have put everybody's name here in the wheel of names or whatever it is. If anybody actually wants to check to see whether I'm lying or not, you can come up and have a look. But otherwise you're going to have to trust me. Sorry? No. Every participant in event 2 is in here, even people who aren't here. So, but in order to qualify to win this, you actually have to be here at the final. So if you're out the building, or you're in the toilet only at number 2, or you've decided to go home, you ain't winning. And the winner is Russell March. Is Russell March in the building?
He went home.
No, he's gone home. Unlucky Russell. You're joking? Right, well, it's not Russell March. No, seriously, you taking the mic?
No, he
literally just
Not a donut. Right, okay, fair enough. Right, well, I'll remove him. This could take a while, actually. Just going to respin it again. I've actually excluded my name, so don't worry, I'm not going to win it. And the person who wins this is Robert Callahan. Where is he? Ah, nice one. Well done, Robert. Take that bugger off. He's won something. Fantastic. Right, so obviously, forgive me guys, because I have to get through all my usual verbal diarrhea at this stage, so the more I do this, the more I get used to it, and the more you get used to me as well. So, guys, can I just say, first of all, before I start going through the pre-final stuff, first of all, thank you very much. A massive, huge round of applause, please, for the Spots and Stripes staff. These guys are absolutely phenomenal. They will serve you all day long, from morning through to midnight. Honestly, these are special people. That's all courtesy of Nigel, Michael, the Hope family, and all the other guys. So thank you very much again. Also, I'd like to thank the fellow committee members of GB9, Dean, Julian, I agree. Anyway, there's Dean, Julian, and Andy Yates. I'll be honest with you, without these guys, they make my life incredibly difficult. We work together as a team, so please give a quick round of applause for the GB9 committee. And finally as well, I think it really does help having a large team of referees here. So we've had Darryl, Robin, Julian, James, and Andy Yates. Having the extra referees does help. I hope you guys appreciate it. You know, they do keep their eye on things. I know sometimes they piss you lot off occasionally, but they're an integral part, they're a really necessary part of what we do to try and keep order here. So please, a little round of applause for the referees. And of course, just a final quick one as well. We've got Ben Taylor Fuente, who's been going around this weekend doing a load of video work, putting it up on social media. I've got Andrew Fan doing a load of videography work as well, putting that up on social media. And I've got Sam Jones from TYPLive, who set up all the streaming services for us. Guys, please, a big round of applause for these guys because they make the whole production look good. And of course, now we come to the main event final. I have to say, guys, this particular event has been absolutely stacked with a huge amount of talent. It's undoubtedly the strongest lineup we've seen since GB9 returned. Undoubtedly. Yeah, I know. Phil Bertha's putting his thumbs up as if it's all down to him. It's not. You're part of it. You're part of it. To get to get to the final of this particular event, I think you've really had to get through some really tough matches. And I think, in all honesty, you know, well done to all the players who participated. There've been some amazing matches. So can you give all the players who participated a pat on the back and a big round of applause? Right, so now for the walk-ons. First person to be walking on into the arena is our referee for tonight. He is the head referee at GB9. He is the person who has to absorb all the complaints. He actually even won Tier 2 of GB9 back in, I think it's 1973, but he's also been a professional snooker referee for 16 years on the World Professional Tour. He's told Ronnie Sullivan to be on his best behaviour. He's got more class than a Wigan kebab. His name is Andy Yates. Please come on. Just stand there and be quiet, please. Thank you very much. So, first up, we're going to introduce the person on my left-hand side who's got a fantastic profile picture on his Q score. He is actually one of the top players who's actually ever played in this country. 25 years ago, he was a really big name on the world scene as well, having gotten through to the last 16 in the World Championships. He's beaten the ex-world champion of 2000, Fong Pang Chao. His hometown is London. His name is Anthony Ginn. Please welcome him by giving him a huge round of applause, please. I love the way it's cut so suddenly. Next up, we have got, well, it's a real north versus south, this, isn't it, really? We've got a gentleman who comes from Stately Bridge. He is actually the reigning and the only amateur UK Open champion. He's the reigning Scottish champion, even though he's not Scottish. He's beaten players like Dong Kwok Hwang, Billy Thorpe, Sebastian Off. His nickname is The Shuffler. It's Dean Shields. Look at him shuffling onto the stage, come on.
Well, welcome to what is promising to be a cracker of a final. It's Dean Shields versus Anthony Ginn. I'm joined once again by Danny King. Hi,
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah, hi Ben, looking forward to this one, mate. Both players in form. Ant's been on the back tables all day, but he's been picking up some really good results.
Yeah, I spoke to him after semi-final. I said he's sort of been going through the field silently. We haven't seen him at all on this main table.
No, maybe a little concern adjusting to the TV table. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he can adjust. See Ant there just playing a few rails, just see how the cue ball reacts.
Yeah, so Anthony's been going, like I say, Anthony's been going through the field pretty silently. He's beaten some good names. He's taken out a couple of previous champions on the way. He beat Phil Wildman twice convincingly. The most Phil got was 4 racks. And he's also beaten Stephen Ellis in the Hill Hill Thriller 9-8. And in the semi-final he took out Danny Gockel.
Yeah, you can't really argue with them results, Ben. He must clearly be playing well. Just saying, it's just whether he can adjust to the TV table, seeing as I don't think he's been on it this week.
No, he hasn't. And in contrast, Dean's been on it. This would be his 3rd match today.
Exactly, that might be a key factor.
It might be. And Dean's, I'd say he's had a slightly easier run, but it's still not easy. Don't want to get in any trouble there. But he's beating people like Mark Foster, the new national Temple champion.
Yeah, and Mark's banging form at the moment. Watching him in Bosnia, destroying Camino.
Yeah, 9-2 I think that was.
Yeah.
It's an absolute demolition job. So, yeah, Mark Foster, no rollover, that's for sure. So, yeah, Dean will be up for this. And I got to say, I make him a very slight favourite.
Probably only because he's been on this table 3
exactly
times,
for that reason. Exactly for that reason. But yeah, it is a race to 11 in the final. Dean's just finishing up his practice rack, and then we will be underway. So, like all the matches at GB9 now that are on the main table, this will be a shot clock match. 30 seconds of shot. You can see the clock just at the back of the arena there, both sides. The players also have a couple more in front of them, so they can see it wherever they are.
Yeah, that's a great touch this weekend, because for people watching live on YouTube or Facebook stream or wherever they're watching, you don't want to see any long players getting bogged down, spending too much time thinking about their shot. It's not good for the game. I think Nibal needs to be played quick.
It does. Andy Yates just going to set the ball up, and then we will lag for break.
It's been a long day for these two guys. They've got one last push to grab the title. Players shake hands, ready for the lag. Two good lags. Looks like Dean's won it.
And he's been breaking really well all day.
Yeah, he's got a high percentage of making that one ball in the middle pocket. He gets a really good spread, does Dean. He was really unlucky in his last TV match. Didn't really land on the two too often. Let's see if he can change that. To say that, he's missed the one.
I think he took a bit off that break compared to earlier in the day.
And that four ball's just come in the way. Looked like he was going to have shape.
That's what this break format gives you, though. Nothing guaranteed. A bit more pull, a bit more safety. And we're going to see it right from the off here.
He's played that really well. Although I think Ant can just see an edge of the one. You may be tempted to take this on.
Got an early shout for Ant in the comments. Yeah, he's been very unfortunate not to be on the TV table so far. So this will probably be the first time anyone's who's supporting him has been able to see him. He's played a little kick there, but it's gone wrong.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't try and fin that one in, but I can see why he elected for the kick. He had a lot of balls down here to hide behind, but he hasn't managed it. And he's left Dean an open shot at the one.
Yeah, so early chance for Dean. He'll want to just carry on from where he left off in the semi-final. Open chances, he was just gobbling them up.
Yeah, favourable little flick off the six there to slow the cue ball down.
Ooh,
Was that a kick?
I don't know, but he did something similar in the semi-final as well, where there was a very similar shot and missed it by a long way. It didn't sound like a kick.
No, it just looked like he misaligned the shot. Very surprising early on.
And he very quickly made his decision there. I don't think he's quite got a full snooker.
No, it's going to take him a few racks to get used to the pace of this table. When he's been playing on the back tables all day, he's overhit that one. He needs to learn from it quick, otherwise he's going to get shut out of the match early. Just a bit of a containing safety there from Dean. He's played distance. Bit of a nervy start from both, Ben. Not really got settled. Yeah, there's another sign of it. You should never be getting a double kiss on that safety.
I just wonder if maybe the beep just happened just on his stroke. Maybe it just made him move a little bit.
Yeah, possibly. I'm not sure if he even knew that there was a shot clock on the main table.
Oh yeah, he was very much made aware, and they shot clocked to the semi-final as well on the back table.
Oh,
so,
sure.
Yeah,
so he's played with that
he
condition
has.
today.
Yeah.
Another chance for Dean to mop these up. He'll be happy that he got away with such a glaring miss. Find himself come back to the table with an open look. just be thinking about how he can get ideal on the 6 with it being on the rail or very close to the rail. So yeah, he may elect just to check this up, play short side on the 6, just come off the top rail with the cue ball.
It's a little awkward. He's quite close to that 8. Andy Yates is keeping a close eye on it.
Now he's decided to run it round 2 rails. Is it going to get there? Is it going to get there? It hasn't, really. It's not ideal. I think he's still going to take this on, but I feel like he could have just dropped that in and played short side. No risk. This is now missable. Yeah, straight in the heart of the pocket. He's recovered well there.
He fetches the rake for this shot.
The rake?
Rake, moose head.
We're not
Bridge.
calling it the rest anymore, no?
Anything but rest.
Yeah, relatively simple 9 ball for Dean here. Take the first rack. After missing that easy 2 ball, he'd be thrilled.
Yeah, and Anthony Ginn won't want Dean to start running away with this.
No, I think for Ant, within the next rack or 2, he needs to learn the pace of the table. That safety he played was well overhit.
So something Anthony won't know is how this table breaks. He'll have only had that practice rack.
Yeah, see, he's just half a ball in from the very extreme point. Let's see if that works for him. Yeah, just come a bit low on that one. And now he'll be thinking, how am I going to change that for my next break?
Well, all weekend, what I've seen is the people who hit it a bit harder have a bit more success. It seems to come off at a laser angle if you hit it hard. Otherwise, it can just go a bit underneath.
Oh, bit of a technical area with the lights here.
Would appear we got 5 minutes left before the money runs out.
Yeah, Dean's got to go to the bar, pay the bill. I think Ant's got a light switch by his chair. I think he's just...
Well, I haven't seen that happen for a long while. I've seen it happen at an English pool event I did a long time ago when all the power failed and we were in complete darkness. Oh, where's that gone? Oh, it's just found the pocket. It wouldn't have been helpful.
I mean, he's done really well to chop that in, but
yeah.
it did seem like the cue ball was always heading that way. And when they are that thin, it's difficult to change the angle. So Ant now, he's got ball in hand. 3 ball's not ideal. He's got some work to do here. He needs that to slow up, and it's not going to. He's really got to get the pace of the table now down quickly. Say Dean, he's played 3 times on this TV table this weekend, and he hasn't been on it. That cue ball's very close. And Ant found the pocket. Hands ball in hand back to Dean. Not an ideal start for Ant, this. Just looking at the table now, there's no problems. Everything's out in the open. He's not left that ideal though. Again, it's a lot thinner than he would have wanted. He's played that really nicely though. He's good with them thin cuts, is Dean.
Well, he's left himself a few of them today by accident, so
Yep.
he is getting used to them.
Maybe he is deliberately leaving himself them kind of shots, but it just seems a lot easier if he was a lot straighter on that. Left himself a mid-distance 7 here, but
Shaking the head.
yeah, he is shaking his head. I think he wanted to be a lot closer to this one too.
He might also be slightly the wrong side. It's very difficult to tell. Yeah, if he's running into... That's the line he's put his cue up is the line he thinks the cue ball's going to take. So he's sort of running towards the 8 and 9.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
I think he thought he was going to catch it half ball, but he's gone through a lot straighter than he imagined he could.
Yeah, and I don't see anything other than a safety now.
If Anthony somehow comes out of this 1-1, he'll be delighted.
Yeah, saying Ben, it's just more important that he finds that pace of the table very quickly, because if his cue ball isn't tight, and Dean's gone for the cut in the top pocket. That's a great shot,
That's
and he
incredible.
deserves that cannon. That is really, really good shot there from Dean.
Well, maybe the secret is leave him tough, because he seems to be cutting them in all day long.
I didn't expect him to take that on Ben into the top pocket. I thought he was just going to play a safety. He's absolutely nailed that, and a friendly little bump on the 9 to leave him a pot. Really good. Stayed aggressive, got his reward. Just having a look at Dean's break cue and jump cue there, the green. Very beautiful looking cues. I think he's a Jacoby player.
Yes, he is, yeah.
Yeah, they're beautiful looking cue. That's better. 2 ball dresses up over the corner pocket. Actually ideal.
Well,
Looking to bring the cue ball out to sort of somewhere around about the 9 ball spot. They play the 3 in the middle.
well, I wouldn't normally suggest it, but I
he's
think the
playing the
3-9's
combo.
railed it like lasered into the middle. So I thought he was going to play on that as soon as he came round to have a look at it.
It must be straight in, Ben. There's no... If it was offset, there's no way you would play for this. It must be straight in. It was. Didn't even need to make it. That's incredible.
Well, outside of a golden break, that's pretty much as good as you can hope for. 2 over the corner pocket and then
Straight in, 3-9
straight in,
combo.
3-9 combo. Job done. And it's 3-0, not 4 as it briefly showed on the screen. So Anthony, you need to catch up soon.
So I think he was low last time on his break with the 1 ball. Let's see if he can make the adjustment.
Yeah, he's hit it
He's
harder.
gone high. He's over adjusted.
But yeah, he hit it a lot harder. Oh, how's that gone? I think he can still see the edge of the 1. Yeah, it must do from the way he's lining that up.
Yeah, just be looking for a good safety hit. Yeah, a lot of balls to hide behind. I think he's got the hook behind the 2. I'm not too sure. Ant might be able to get through to this.
No, that's definitely hooked. So he's going to try and go
2
2
rail
rails.
kick and stick.
That's it. Bump it out from behind. Oh, he caught it half ball, which he didn't mean to. He's still got quite a bit of distance between the balls, so I guess a second prize. But yeah, that slid a lot more off that first rail than he thought it would, I think. So he didn't get right behind the 1. So now a test of queuing for Dean. But this is the sort of shot you love at 3-0 up, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. They seem a lot easier when you've got a 3-0 lead rather than 3-0 down. Play it with a nice loose arm. Look at that, he's nailed it. And position. Just needs that cue ball to hold up.
Just doesn't stop running, does it?
No, it looked like it was going to be perfect, and now he's got a difficult shot to get on the 3.
He could do it being right where the 9 ball is. That seems like one of the few places on the table he can pot that 3. He's just underneath it. Will it stop?
He's overchecked it.
Down to table 30.
So he's played a good shot there. I think he's got the hook behind the 7.
Yeah, my initial instinct was that he'd left maybe an edge, but maybe not. So let's see if Anthony can get the angles right this time and send that 3 ball away. That's better. Oh, he's going to catch the point. Well, that's a bit unfortunate, to be honest, because he hit it well. Good pace. It's come back and found a gap.
Yeah, it'd be cursing his luck a little bit there. He's made a good hit. Looked like he was going to make it. He's caught the point, come down, like you say, straight through the gap between the 9 and 7 for Dean.
And that could be a telling safety.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what Ant's like with a jump cue. He's not even bothered to look at the jump.
No, he initially looked at a swerve, but I didn't like that option. But he makes his mind up very quick. That's really good. good line he's picked there. He makes his mind up very quickly, doesn't he? I do like that about him.
Yeah.
He's a bit unfortunate that's caught the 8 and then floated towards the corner pocket.
Yeah, it was a good solid hit. He's not getting the rub at the moment. That's another surprising miss from Dean. It must be something about this bottom right-hand pocket. I think he's one in the last match, the same pocket as well. I don't know if there's something he's sighting. He's just not seeing the angle of the pot.
It's one of those though, isn't it? You beat yourself up about it if you end up losing the match. If you don't, you just forget all about it.
Yeah, he won't care if he lifts the trophy later. Both players are struggling here. Has Ant got away with that one?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Nope.
No. You can clearly see all of that. Red 3. But I don't know if he'll be able to see much of the pink 4.
No, it was a small gap he was playing for there. It's just one rotation too far on the cue ball. Calls for his extension. 1 per rack. He didn't want that double kiss. If the 4 ball passes the 9, which I think it does, Ant to be tempted by this one. You say he doesn't waste any time, Ben.
Well, it was always going to be a shot, isn't it?
He's not got position on the 5 though. He's lost the cue ball again.
Oh, it's even worse if it's tight behind the 7, which it is. Oh, that's horrible.
I said at the start of the match, he's going to have to get used to this table. It's playing completely different to anything else here, and he's not been on it this week. And it's going to be an uphill struggle if he can't work it out in the next rack or two.
He doesn't have an extension. He's got 5, 4, 3. Yeah, he couldn't take much time. And it was always going to be tough even to hit how tight he was to the 7 there.
Indeed, now ball in hand. Can't see how he's not going to run out here and take a 4-0 lead. Yeah, a relatively simple 9 ball now. That's it, 4-0. It's important now for Ant. He really just needs to get a rack on the board. Dean will be thinking, I've got you. And he's going to just keep trying to keep it as long as possible to keep Ant on 0.
Table 22.
So Dean seemed to have the break nailed last time. When he had a nice simple 2 shots after that to win the rack. Cue ball.
Yeah, that's really unlucky because the cue ball's kicked another ball. You know, when you scratch off the break and the cue will go straight in, it's kind of your fault. But when it gets kicked like that, that's just a little bit harsh. He's broke them really well,
yeah,
and he's had no reward. And now Ant really has to take these out to get on the board.
But look, he was given that cue ball, and less than 3 seconds later, I'd say he struck that.
Yeah, he's trying to make something happen though. Nothing wrong with that. If he can finish a rack in no time, he'll feel he's back in the match. He's overdrawn that. It just keeps rolling this table. He shakes his head because he knows.
But he should still be okay. Just got a bit more to do to control this. Yeah, he's judged that nicely.
Yeah, now I think he might have worked out the pace. Just on that one shot, he might think, right, stop over hitting everything.
Looks good. They say the hardest ones to win are the first one and the last one.
Definitely the last one, Ben. I've lost count of how many 9 balls I've missed.
Oh, I don't even get to the 9, so it's far fewer for me.
We wanted to be a bit further away from the rail on this, but it shouldn't be a problem for someone of Ant's ability. And he slams it straight in the heart of the pocket to get on the board. Say when he controlled that thin cut on the 4, Ben, when he overhit the position before, and he landed perfect on the 5 ball, that says to me, right, I think he's found the pace now.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with making a mistake. Just learn from it. And it wasn't that much of a mistake. Just, yeah, like you say, didn't know the pace of the table. We'll see if he goes on from here then. He does have to sort this break out though. This will be his 3rd attempt. First one was very low, second one very high. He's got to Goldilocks it and find him on right in the middle. Here we go then. That looks brilliant. Yeah, he's a bit unfortunate how that 2's finished. But he's hit it well. And he's in control of the table, which is more important. It's whether he's tempted to do anything attacking here. Yeah, he's looking at the line for the combo.
Yeah, that's not a nice combo with the rest. He's got to hit that 2 ball really thin.
Yeah, and the cue ball's going to be going, well, where is it going to be going? That's the question. No, maybe he's fooled us all. Now he's looking at
Just a safety, I think,
Just
Ben.
a safety, which is the right choice.
Trying to use the 6 for cover. I think he stuck the edge out of the 2.
I'm surprised because I thought the 3 ball was there to stop the 2 ball from moving. And you could have used got the cue ball on the right hand side, and there were sort of 3 balls there. You might have got behind one of them in a straight line. But you know, what do I know? There's a reason I'm here.
Yeah,
and not out there.
Talk a good game, mate.
Absolutely. Oh, this is a tester.
Yeah, Dean won't be too happy with that safety. He's left a shot for Ant, but you say he's a tester, Ben. Not so much the pot, but how does he get on the free? He's tried to go all the way round.
Oh, I really wanted to say, how about like this?
Yeah.
But yeah, just catching that 7's ruined it.
Yeah, it was a fair effort. It was really difficult to get over, but needed to miss the 7. The 7 was a big blocker. He'll be hoping that holds up.
That's pretty good because he's got both balls covering it.
Yeah, so now Dean can't use the side rail. 9 balls in the way. May elect for the jump. Maybe use the bottom rail like a jump kick, but he's not. Just kicking out of it.
Yeah, I'm right in line with it, and where it's landed, awkward even to jump.
Tell you what, that wasn't a bad effort. Went too far away from potting that.
Just seeing if there's a gap behind the 9, and there is, but it's super tight. You'd have to be absolutely spot on to get a ball through that gap. So he elects to use it to stop the 3 ball, and it's a good shot.
Yeah, nice cover behind the 6 there. As I said, I think that just that one shot in the last rack, Ben, I think that got him dialed into the pace.
Dean's clock management is really good. He only uses extension when he really has to, and he tends to use it pretty early when he knows he's going to use it. But he doesn't waste it either. He's one of the best at using the clock, I think. Well, that little flick on the 7, it's going to take the 3 near the rail.
Yeah, his little tap of the table to apologise for the hook. But if I'm coming to the table with this, with a jump cue, even for myself, I'm backing myself to pot this. I may even try to play it, jump it into the rail first to get the cue ball to come back down table for the 4.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough to get any sort of position on the 4.
So he wants to really jump it into the rail. Play the rail first. Which he tried to do, I think. But he'll settle for that. Definitely second prize. I'm sure he was trying the shot I called, Ben, where he's just trying to jump it, cue ball into the rail first and pot the 3, bring the cue ball round. Dean was hoping he'd catch that a lot fuller and send the 3 ball up table, just skidded off it a little bit. Not quite the kick and stick he was hoping for. Now Ant's got a chance at this long pot, this long 3. And if he can get this one right, His favourite to run out the rack. But shot clock. Yeah, he's had to go down and rush that one. Just caught out by the shot clock there.
Not sure what Ant said there on his way around.
I think he just genuinely forgot about the shot clock.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, absolutely. On the plus side, he's not a player who has a massive pre-stroke routine, so he can play shots in a short time.
Yeah, I just think he just didn't line it up because he was worried about running out of time. Dean's played a sort of two-way there. He's gone for the pot, but look where he's put the cue ball.
No, Ant needs to get this safe. It's a great attempt. It's a great attempt.
Yeah, it's a really good shot from Ant. Nice big area over there to hide behind, and he found it perfectly. Dean's eyeing up the kick. He's got to remember he hasn't got an extension left either. There's 15 seconds left. I think he's trying to free rails here. Come around the back of the free. And he did.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a solid hit.
You won't be upset that it's just rolled in front of the four either, which makes this...
Yeah, the cue in a little bit awkward. Ant's killed that cue ball nicely there. It's always a danger of mishitting that one and scratching in the corner. He's played it perfectly. Dean's got the jump cue out. And the cue ball's very close, but it's okay. Free ball's travelling. It's a shot for Ant. It's not easy with a cue ball in the jaws of the pocket. Cue in's a little awkward. Yeah, he's played that really nice. They're always testers. You can't get your hand flat. You see with the pockets, they're sort of curved. So it's always a bit awkward for your bridge hand.
You found a really good line there.
Yeah.
You had to be really accurate with that.
Missed the 6 on the way down and on the way up by millimetres. That's telling me, Ben, that he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. And obviously we've yet to see the best of these two, but there's signs that it's coming.
Yeah, that's good as well. Centre table's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
Anything but straight.
He's played that really well because he's potted it in the thin part of the pocket to get the cue ball over.
So, loads of fizz on this. Back to the long rail and down. Is it too much though?
Just needs that to hold up. Hold up.
He's okay. He's okay just.
Is the point in the way, Ben?
I don't think so. No, I'm right behind it. It isn't. So yeah, he is okay. And deserved that, I think.
Yeah, it would have been harsh if he scratched there. He's cued that really well. Not sure what the referee's saying to him.
No, all seems pretty friendly.
Yeah, I think it was just, I think Ant was explaining when he sort of forgot about the shot clock, I think. sure he can tell us after.
I'll ask him if he wins. How's that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I can't imagine what it's like for the players, actually. You've just... maybe you've lost a grueler. You're lost on a single rack and someone comes and points a microphone in your face. Can't be the greatest feeling.
No, I don't think you'd be on the Christmas card list, Ben. See if Dean can nail this one ball in the middle pocket.
Yeah,
Straight in.
super consistent with it. He just nods his head in sarcasm as he sees the 2 ball get kicked.
Yeah, he's been unlucky all day with that.
There's nothing more you can do, is there, as a
No,
player?
he's breaking perfectly, and he's getting, you know, the cue ball's been kicked up table again by a random ball. It's just some days they just be like that, and then other days you land on the 2 every time.
Caught that a bit thick. This is going to come over the middle pocket. Just handed an opportunity.
Do you think he was still carrying the frustration of not being on the 2 into that next shot, Ben?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. He tends to not let things weigh him down, to be honest. He might have a little grumble in his chair, but he's pretty quick at letting him go.
This is a great opportunity for Ant to really get back in this match. You know,
this will put it back on break, on serve, if you like.
Yeah. That's what we're hoping for, Ben. We don't want to see a one-sided match. As a neutral, we want to see these 2. We want to see a hill-hill.
100%. I'm sure the players don't.
Who cares what the players want, Ben?
Well, you sound just like... I can't say that. Some old promoters I used to work with, I was saying.
They've already got a nice wad of cash between them for being to the final. They can put up with a raised heartbeat for a couple of hours. Ant's cued that really, really well.
I think he's going to have to come short side of this 8, though. Because he's just gone a bit too far, yeah.
Has it just kept rolling?
But that's okay, that's not too much of a problem.
It's absolutely fine. He'd just be happy to let his stroke out. And 2 easy drop-ins to get the match within 1. Although he's not going to drop this one in, he's going to draw it back and play the 9 in the same pocket.
Yeah, I think
Nothing
the
wrong with
natural
that.
9 was just running into the 9.
I think he may have just clipped it if he followed it through.
So just took the element of danger out of the equation by making the pot a little bit harder. But
I think that one just sends a message, Ben. It's just saying you can't play any more loose safeties. Dean, I'm going to punish you. Now I've got used to this table. So, yeah, Ant's turn to break. Let's see if he can work out how to make this 1 ball in the middle pocket. He's been low, he's been high. And now he's banging. Is he going to get a shot on the 2? No. The kick on the 5 ball just got in the way.
But once again, he already knows what he wants to play. Got a bit of traffic to navigate here because he's looking at taking the cue ball behind the 9. Yeah, he hasn't got there.
Yeah, there was me saying that I think he's got used to the pace and he's under hit that one by a fair way.
Yeah, but you don't often see people under hitting it, so
yeah, an over adjustment.
Yeah, again, like his break, he just needs to find somewhere in the middle. Oh, well. Dean might have found a gap there. Not sure.
Really unlucky if he has. 3 balls to hide behind.
I know. Can't be the case.
Oh, Lance only just flicked that. He'd have been hoping he'd catch that. I caught that a lot fuller. And he's left Dean an easy opener here.
So we're going to be stretching over a couple of balls here. Can't do anything but leave himself short side, surely, for this. 4.
Yeah, there's no point taking any other risk. Just wants to leave himself some sort of angle to get over for the 5. Doesn't want to be dead straight. But also, the more angle you leave when you're playing on a short side pot like this, the more difficult the pot is. I think he is trying to spin this round, Ben.
Yeah.
He's played a rail first. Is it going to get there? It is.
It's a really good shot.
Really, really good shot with the rest.
If anything, he's 2 straight.
Yeah, that's incredible. He's got a bit of angle. He can top this through, bit of top right. I think he can cheat the pocket a little bit. I think there's just enough angle.
Yeah, I think you might be right. It's definitely how he's lining it up.
Yeah, just a little bit top right. Just kicks it over, kicks the cue ball over.
He used all the pocket there as well.
Yeah, that's what he
It was
had to
a
do.
really good shot.
Yeah, just have to pinch the pocket just to get that cue ball to come over. Very easy to miss them shots and you look a bit silly, but you're just trying to cheat as much as you can to get the cue ball over for position.
I think that's where a lot of people from other cue sports don't realise that's the reason for the larger pockets. You can only get on one ball, so you need to be able to move the white around. You need to be able to cheat the pocket a little bit.
Exactly that. When you're playing snooker or English pool, your zones for your cue ball is so much bigger. You know, the amount of times you can play a red on a snooker table, you know, play up for the blue, but if you overhit it, you're on a bulk colour. That's just not the case on this game.
And that's going to run.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy to leave it there. I'm not sure he's going to take this on. It very, very thin.
Yeah, he's got to really.
And he's recovered really well there.
Yeah,
He's
every
controlled
time he's
that
done
cue ball.
that. Sorry, Danny. Every time he's done that, he's recovered it well.
No heroics with the 8. Just drops it in. Leaves himself the mid-range 9. Yeah, as you were saying, Ben, you know, things that snooker players criticise, English pool players criticise, is the pocket size, which they're getting smaller and smaller, let's be honest. In tournaments now, 4 inches, that sounds huge, but so you're playing one object ball every shot. You need to be able to manipulate that cue ball around the table, and to do that, you need to be able to cheat the pockets, and it's an art in itself. Say potting balls in this game is not too difficult, but That cue ball control has to be tight, and that's what the players are struggling with on this TV table this week. So we got 5-3 lead to Dean. Let's see if he can land on the 2 ball this time, Ben.
It's like you've already given him the one in the side, taken for granted, which you're right to. Oh, that's a horrible little kick.
That's outrageous if he's not on that 2. This is incredible.
So much open table he could have landed in.
I think he's going to use his break cue as a javelin in a minute.
Yeah, I might duck.
It's incredibly unlucky. He's splitting the ball so well, and the 1 ball is going in every time.
I just don't know how you get there. But saying that, you know, he did have the break where they all landed perfectly and he only needed 2 shots to win the rack, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Swings and roundabouts. Little swerve. Over swerved.
Yeah, I didn't think it was possible to over swerve that one. It looked like a pretty much full ball. Very grippy cloth.
Look how much he's digging down onto this. He really wants to put backspin on this. Is he behind the 8? Not quite.
Yeah, it was a sensible shot. Used the 5 ball to kill the 2. Trying to get behind the 8, but he's not quite got there. But the 5 ball has covered the pocket, so it's a little bit second prize for Ant.
I don't think Dean's found cover there either.
No, it was looking good at one point there. I thought this is gonna be welded. He just hit it, flicked off with the 2 ball very close to the pocket. This is a chance for Ant. Tash on the chat. Thanks for the nice comment, mate.
Oh, Ant's insinuating there
That the ball drifted.
Yeah, got a little bit of a drift, or maybe it hit something on the surface. Not sure, but he's insinuating it didn't go where he hit it.
It's a thing with these reactive cloths, though, Ben. Any small trace of side throws the cue ball.
Yeah, well, we saw it with Dean's swerve shot, didn't we? He got so much swerve in such little space.
So what you feel, you feel like it's a table drift, but it may have just have been a small trace aside. He didn't even realise he put on the cue ball.
Tash says he takes full responsibility.
Shark him from afar. So what looked like was going to be a nice simple run out for Ant is now a nice simple run out for Dean. He's just got to get 7 to 8 right, really, and that's not even an issue. He hasn't got much of an angle on this 5, but he can still get over there.
Tash is saying he's just tuned in who's playing better. Well, to be honest, Tash, it's pretty even. It took a little while for Ant to get going, but when he did, he caught right up. Dean's been the more consistent on the breaks, but Anthony's found it now. I think it, honestly, as much as there's, my backside's going to be full of splinters, it is pretty even, genuinely.
So left a perfect angle there, Dean, on the 7. Let's come back down table for the 8. See Gabby's on the chat. Hi Gab, hope you're well, mate.
Yeah, perfect from Dean.
Yeah, he's got the pace nailed, hasn't he?
And what could and probably should have been 5-4, it's going to be 6-3.
Yeah, what a huge difference that is, Ben. Psychologically, and to be thinking I should be one rack behind. And the gap's gone to 3.
Well, another advantage of the early final. It's like I say, GB9 always like to keep things to a time slot that suits everyone, not late nights. It means you're probably going to be able to get to watch the snooker after this, because that's so far behind because of what happened yesterday.
I'll probably be able to drive home and watch the snooker, Ben.
I had a few people yesterday ask me if anything had sort of happened like that in pool. Just see what's happening here, and went and checked the rack, which you're not allowed to do. So Andy's just warned him and will re-rack him so that he hasn't gained any information from when he looked. Not a big deal. He didn't know. Now he knows. Yeah, somebody asked me yesterday, a couple of people asked me if anything like that had happened in pool with a long frame. It's happened in English pool. I remember a match in the World Championships I refereed, which was Neil Rayburn. I can't remember who was playing. It was a long time ago. I think it was my first World Championships. And that lasted about 50 minutes for an English pool frame. And, you know, that's with black ball rules, attacking rules. So
I was just about to ask you what rule set, because in world rules, that's not unheard of.
Correct.
Because
yeah, you can spend 45 minutes tapping around trying to pick colours. But, yeah,
exactly.
No, it wasn't that at all. No, it's just the way the balls fell, you know. It's so rare.
I'm so glad there's not many people playing at world rules anymore. Not a fan.
Oh, it's one of those games. Do you know what? People say, oh, not a fan or whatever. It wasn't great to watch, right? But to play, I thought it was really quite a good thinking man's game. Honestly, I really quite liked it.
Yeah, but English billiards is a good game to play but not watch. So
well, I disagree. I watch that. So
you telling me you sit there and watch 1,000 break?
I've only ever seen one. But yeah, I'd happy. I mean, it's very skillful, isn't it? But I think it's very niche. I do get that.
I appreciate it probably more than snooker, to be honest, Ben. I think it's incredible these guys can literally knock in a break for hours on a snooker table. Just incredible skill.
Well, this is tight, but he's nailed it. That's going to keep running.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be okay. I think he's going to be okay.
It's just a bit straight, Ben. I think he's got to play short side on the 7, unless he feels he can really hammer this in. No, he's looking at the short side. It just kept rolling. Wants that to stop. It's a little more angle than he wanted. I want it to be straighter than this.
Well, he's drawing this.
Yeah, he's going to have to, Ben, to get on the 8. Yeah, he was forced into that. That wasn't the bad shot, Ben. It was the shot before, leaving himself much more angle. If he's straight in on that 7, sorry, he just tops the ball through for a nice easy out. Because he had angle, he was forced to try and draw that round to get on the 8.
Yeah, Tash is in the chat saying world rules was head and shoulders ahead of EPA rules. Yeah, it was. Old EPA rules where you didn't even have to hit a cushion, just tap up to the same yellow over and over and over
the
and
old
over.
pub rules, mate. Loved the old pub rules. My old snooker team, we used to play down in New Haven. We had a pool team as well. We won many a trophies with the old 2 shots carry. Ridiculous. Don't have to touch a cushion. Just play a snooker, 2 shots, mop up, job done.
That fizzed off the rail. I thought it was going to be short, but he's okay.
Yeah, and that 4 rack lead is back. See, Dean was 4-0 up, and now he's got the 4 rack lead again after Ant got it back to 4-3. So he's going in patterns this match. 4 to Dean, 3 to Ant. Now 4 back to Dean. Can Ant bounce back? Dean's just going for a comfort break.
I think it was Keith Brewer was the king of old EPA rules, wasn't it?
To be honest, Ben, I don't know too much about English pool.
I'm a bit too old, sorry. Yeah. I get it.
But got a few trophies at home in English pool. I don't enjoy the game. But it is, I do prefer, now that they've got the international rules and the black ball, I think it's much better for the game.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, UK Open coming up soon, Danny. UK Open coming up soon. You all entered for that?
Yeah, I'm in, mate. I've played in every one. So yeah, looking forward to it. Not got the best record in the UK Open. I've only got 1 match win.
Well, that's more than me.
Well, yeah, it's more than quite a few people, but it's been brutal draws again and again, and it is what it is. I want to test myself against the best players in the world, and if I get battered, I get battered.
You signed up for any more after that? Or even before that, maybe?
Not before that, but there's the Romania one, which I've done in the last couple of years, which I really enjoy, which is another match and ranked event. And the guys that run it out there, Robert, Bogdan, really good tournament, lovely club. And Bucharest is a great place to visit. And then the very next week, I'm going to Prague. Another, I think it's the first one that's WNT ranked. So probably better opportunities for me to try and grab some ranking points rather than with the majors where you're drawn against a seed first round. You're on the back foot from the beginning. So the only ranking points I ever got was in a smaller event in Morocco.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it'll be a good few weeks. Meanwhile here, Dean hasn't found the 1 ball for a change.
Yeah, it's a rare occurrence, isn't it? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping there's a few more smaller ones announced later in the year. Fingers crossed. Ant's played that, but he's not got shape on the 2. Can he swerve it? He definitely can't see enough of it direct to pull it. Might have to jack up a little bit. Yeah, you see he's digging down. I'll tell you what, that's not a bad effort. A fair play for him for taking that on at 7-3 down.
Just gave the table a little tap. On his way out, a little bit of frustration. Nothing untoward there though, obviously.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. You can see he really wants to do well in this. Spoke to him earlier. It's his first time in the final at GB9.
It's only like his 3rd or 4th event, I think, ever. GB9.
Yeah, and I'm sure if he plays any more in the next few years, I'm sure if it's not today, I'm sure he'll get his hands on the trophy at some point.
Oh, Tash is back in the chat. I didn't see that, Tash. He said he played Ian Hubbard once. One frame took 2 hours. I assume he's talking about old EPA rules. Yeah, that's a long time, isn't it? That's a long time to pot 8 balls.
Yeah, I can't say. I think I'd just concede after 30 minutes. I don't care enough about winning or anything like that. A game of English ball, I'd have been out the door.
And the Yates has just had a quick look at the line of this shot because it's going to be tight. Going past the 9, yeah, he's getting right down at this. It must be pretty tight. Ah, it was okay.
Definitely looks a more comfortable player on this table. Ben said it might be a factor at the start of the match.
Yeah, it seemed to be that way early on and came back into it, and we both thought, well, he's found his rhythm now, but he just needs to not let Dean get much further away here. He's only going to be 3 away if he finishes these off.
Yeah, it's already looking like an uphill struggle. Say the winner breaks rules, it's not so much of a problem. Alternate break rules, when you let someone get this far ahead, you always feel like they got a good chance of holding their serve. So this is really tough for Ant to try and get back into this now.
James Chan, Andrew Beck, table 27.
So Andy Yates, senior referee, racks the balls for rack 12. Heading up a much more expanded referee team at this year's GB9. 5 instead of 2 or 3 that they were last year, which is good to see.
Ant's found that one ball, and he's going to have a shot at the 2.
He is.
But the 3's in an awkward place. 8 balls blocking the bottom right-hand pocket as we look at the table. Could opt to drop this in and settle for the bank. That's something probably better players don't like doing. If he can get better position, he'll prefer to do that. Has he got enough angle to get the cue ball over to the right-hand side? He's trying it. If that flicks off the 9, it might be okay.
Pretty good.
Do you know what? He deserves that, Ben, for taking that on.
And Tash is back on the chat saying, don't know if you guys are old enough to remember, but Ant had a big run in the Worlds quite a few years back, maybe last 16. Seems to be getting back in stroke. Yeah, I wasn't actually aware, but I was made aware. I can't remember if it was 9 ball or 10 ball, but yeah, someone said it was sort of 15 odd years ago. He was,
I'm
right
sure he
towards the
told
latter
me it was,
stages.
sorry Ben, I'm
That's
sure
right.
he told me it was 10 ball.
10 ball,
Sure
yeah.
he told me it was 10 ball.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'm aware. And I've seen him at a couple of matchroom events, and he's turned some heads with his method of play and some of the results he's had. So
The thing is, Ben, with the pace that he plays, if he takes up some racks early, even the top boys would be like, hang on a minute, I'm in a game here.
yeah, once you feel like it's running away from you. Oh, hello.
Looked like he threw a bit of shoulder into that one.
Well, he raised the cue so high, cue butt so high to try and stick the white because he was on the rail. It seems like, I don't know, he reminds me of me in that I only have one way of playing, and that it either works or it doesn't, and I can't tell you which day I'm going to turn out, which one's going to turn out, whether it's going to work or not.
You find that with players, we call them flow players, right? You just get on with it. I feel like I'm probably slightly in that category as well. And if I'm running racks, you're sitting in your chair. But if it looks a bit careless when you miss a ball and you've just got down and hit it. So it's a fine line.
Well, this, from my angle, this looks like this might be a pretty tight hit. Whether he can, maybe he can't pot it. Maybe he can't see enough.
No, I don't think
Not
he's sure enough
sure.
to pot that.
No, definitely not. But played it pretty well.
Yeah, it's a really nice safety. I think he might try and get the cue ball behind the 7 here for cover. And he has. And he's played it pretty well.
Hi, Tori in the chat. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Just giving us a bit more information. And beat reigning champion that year. And then lost to Mika, who went on to win it. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Definitely got some pedigree.
Know what it's like to lose to Mika. That's a really good hit from Ant. If the 9 ball covers it, that's really, really great shot. He holds his hand up, but there was always a chance of that, the way that he played that.
Yeah, he was playing for separation, you know. It's okay, you might have fluked cover, but he definitely meant to get the separation.
This is awkward for Dean, because with the 7 there, there's every chance that you might catch it on the kick. So getting the 5 ball safe is difficult.
25 years ago that was.
Blimey.
But it feels like only like 10 or something. Oh, has he fluked it? No.
Yeah, I said the 7 might come into play there on the kick. This is a thin one if he wants to take it into the middle pocket. I think the cue ball might be running into the 9. And if he avoids the 9, it's going to be hard to control the cue ball to hold for the 6, especially on this cloth. He's digging down. Deliberately played into the 9, digging down. So he's not too happy with that. He might be tempted at the carom here, Ben.
Yeah, it's definitely what he's looking at.
The safety's not easy, and the 7 ball's over the pocket. So he might just stay aggressive. He really needs this to go in for him. Get back in the match.
Yeah, he's opening everything up if
And
he doesn't get it.
Played it so well. Really good shot from Ant.
That's dressed up nice, hasn't it?
Yeah, but he deserves that low. The way he played it, the cue ball into the rail as well. Didn't just play direct into the 8. Very clever. Good knowledge. Wanted that to travel a bit further down. I think he was playing for middle pocket, but now going to have to take this into the corner.
Oh, he's missed it.
It was a shot before, Ben. I think it was in his head when he was playing 9. He was playing for the middle pocket.
Well, you could see as he was walking round to the 9, he was upset with what he'd left, but still should have been okay.
This is a tester though. This rack isn't over. Dean does QDs really well though. As I say that, he absolutely nails it.
And that is the heartbreaking aspect of 9-ball. Do all the hard work, means nothing. You just got to put that 9, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and now that that's happened with the scoreline, it's a tough ask to ask Ant just to clear that out of his mind, because it's easier said than done. He'll be looking at the score, and it's not the first time it's happened this match, where he should be, it should be a lot closer. Now Dean's only 2 racks away, and with the alternate break format, he's going to back himself to get over from here.
Well, Dean's won 5 on the spin, and I can't really say with any certainty that he could have lost all of them, really, couldn't he?
Well, Ant's been at the table every rack. But again, no shot on the 2.
No, it looks like that's now to the rail as well. And D8's going to go have a look at it.
Yep, so in 9-ball, if an object ball is frozen to the rail, you have to find an alternate rail for it to be a legal shot. So that's why the referee declares it frozen. Not just 9-ball, I think it's all formats of American pool. Found the bottom rail with the 2. Hasn't got a hook, but it's a decent enough safety. And just contemplating his options. I think he forgot about the shot clock earlier in the match. Don't think he's going to make the same mistake again.
Yeah, and he didn't seem rushed there.
No, I think he waited for the beeps, which was clever. So he was down on his shot, and I think he knew that the beeps were coming, and he waited for the first couple to come in before proceeding with his backswing. Good management.
Delicate little chip, and he hasn't got the cover.
Yeah, and there's a big target now with the 3 and 8 ball. You can get the cue ball up table and use that for cover. I think he's looking at something different though. I quite like just flicking off the 2, putting the cue ball up table, using the 3 and 8 for cover. Ant's seen something different. He's playing it the other way. That works just as well. Still using the 3 and 8 as cover, but put the 2 ball up there instead. That tells me that he's not giving up, Ben, because that's a percentage pull shot. He's doing the right things.
Oh yeah, as soon as Dean played his safety, and you could see it was not going to hook him. He was straight out of his chair, like he couldn't have got out there quicker. So yeah, still keen.
So we see Dean with the jump cue. He's just caught the 3 on the way through, didn't quite get it up and over. So a good chance here for Ant. Nice open table, no problem balls, ball in hand. Really needs to take this one, Ben. You can't let Dean get on the hill. Needs to keep him off the hill as long as possible to keep his hopes alive. To do that, he needs to play a lot better pool, and he needs a little bit of luck. Just needs that to hold up. I think he's just okay. Yep. Just about. Needs that to hold up. I think that's in. I think he knows it too.
He's going to be okay, is he?
Oh.
I don't think he thought he was.
Looked like it was heading there, Ben. Just wants that to hold up too. It's absolutely perfect. So there's a bit of a heart in mouth moment when that cue ball was travelling up to the top pocket. And he's not happy with that one, but it's okay. Just draw this off the side rail. Play the black 8 into the top left. Oh, he's decided to go forward and use the whole pocket too. I don't like leaving myself middle pocket shots on these tables, Ben. I'd prefer to come out there.
You know, some people are just more comfortable with them, I guess. I don't mind them at all, I'll be honest.
He's navigated it well. Just that little moment. The cue ball looked like it was going to scratch.
That was closer than he probably intended as well, but he's actually finished that rack off and kept Dean from getting onto the hill. He's just keep plugging away, doing that as much as he can, as long as Dean gives him the opportunities to, of course.
Exactly. As I said, he's got to rely on Dean making mistakes to get back into this match, and he's got to play the pool that he's been playing all week to get him into this position. And there's still an outside chance that we get our hill drama, which I'm sure all the neutrals want. Maybe not the family members of the two players involved. So let's see. And did make the one ball on his last break, if I remember rightly. And he's done it again. Can he get shape on the two? Where's the two ball going? Just catch the point? Unfortunately not. For Ant. But he's looking at the 9, is he? Not sure I'll be wanting to take this on Ben, but yeah, he's tried to play the carom into the 9. It's like a two-way shot. Get cover on the 2, but he's hit it pretty poorly. He was so far away from the potting angle of the carom. He's left Dean open look at the 2. And he's shown he's really good at these really thin cuts down into the corner pocket. So he may be tempted by this. So shot clock's against him. He's decided against the pot. Tried to use the 9 as a blocker, but he hasn't got that. And this is a good chance for Ant to play a really good safety, as he can flick Finn off this 2. Maybe run it into the 8, use the 9 for cover, play the cue ball up table. Although he's aiming low, so he's hitting it thicker than I thought. He's using the cue ball. I didn't think he could see enough of that to play it that thick. That's a really good shot. It's a tough hit for Dean. Try and come around the back of it, I think, rather than hit it direct. He's gone for it direct. He's nearly made it. He's got cover with the 5. But it should be a easy enough hit for Ant. All he's got to do is make contact and he'll get the pot. Yeah, he's made the pot, but not got good position on the free. Just really wanted to hit the top rail just before making contact with the 2, so it brings the cue ball down. He's down to 4 seconds. But he's got an extension, so he smartly gets up off his shot and uses it. That's a really nice shot. It's put Dean in a bit of trouble here. It's a tough hit, this one. I think he's looking. One rail, up and down table. It's a really great hit from Dean. Really good shot. See Ant's digging down on this, so he's trying to play the pot, get position on the 4. Just hold the cue ball. Oh, he's played that really, really nice. Those are not easy when you're jacking up. Just wants that to keep going. Shaking his head, but that's okay. It's just one more good pot. 6 balls in a nice area. Just got to make sure he pots this. Doesn't want to hit the 9. I think he's okay. Just coming round to look at the potting angle. It's thin, but he should be able to control it. Play the 7 in the same pocket. Just wants that cue ball to slow up. Doesn't want to be on the rail. Yeah, he shakes his head again. He's digging down. Try and play the 8 in the same pocket as the 7. And he's not got into that at all. He's down very quick. Yeah, that's right. And just get back up. Don't do anything silly. Put a good safety in. Yeah, he's a bit angry with himself there. Just struggling with that cue ball control, which is 90% of this game. Let's see what Dean plays here. Not sure if he'd be tempted by the long bank. She played a good safety. Uses the 9 to stop the 8 ball on the bottom rail. And with it being so close to the bottom rail, this now becomes a difficult safety for Ant to control. You may try and use the side cushion safety with the 9 ball as cover. Just put the 8 on the left hand side of the table as we look, and put the cue ball to the right hand side of the table. Try and use the 9 for cover. Difficult shot. That's what he's trying. He's played that really well. It's a really good shot. Difficult to control them. Now it's not about fancy Dean to hit this, but can he get the 8 ball safe? It's a big target, 2 rails. But where's the 8 ball going to finish? I think he'd settle for that. This is no gimme. These are super tight, these middles. He's played that really well. Controlled the cue ball. Really nice out. He deserved that. That last safety shot was incredible. And another rack passes where he keeps Dean off the hill. He just takes a little comfort break. You see Yant's back at the table now. It's Dean's break. He'll be wanting to stop this little mini comeback as soon as possible. He's nailed that one again. And yet again, no shot on the 2. This is incredible. To break so well and never get a shot on the 2. I don't think I've seen a run like it. Dean there just plays the push out. I think he'll be get put back in here. This is not a nice shot. Yeah, and Ant straight away hands it straight back. I think Dean wanted to get that cue ball a little bit further over to the left to see more of this too. This is a horrible shot. Yeah, so he's playing a kick. Doesn't like playing off the thin edge. A bit scratchy. Played the 2-rail kick and he's played that very well. He just caught the 7 on the way through. So now, and as has he got a shot on this too. A little bit unlucky there, Dean, just to catch the 7. Oh wow, what a fluke. What a fluke he's got there. Acknowledged it, held his hand up. So now just got to hit the reset button and finish the rack off. Hard to do when you know you've just fluked the ball. Sometimes you subconsciously feel a little bit guilty and ended up missing later on. And he's run out of position already. Just stopped him for a safety, but he's left a gap between the 6 and 7. See, he's a little bit disheartened in the chair. Dean's just called for his extension. I think he really wants to nail this safety, get a really good snooker. Get ball in hand. Although I think there's a gap there. I think Ant can see this. Just walking around the table looking at the potting angle. And it's natural for the cue ball to come down for the 5. So he will be taking this on if he can see enough of it. And he's overcut it. I think he was playing that with a lot of spin. I think it's just overspun just before it's got to the object ball, which is why he's missed it thin. It's very grippy, this cloth. These are quite difficult to get position. So Dean's looking at this. 4 balls right in the pocket to get the cue ball back down for the 5. Very tough. Yeah, it was always difficult. I think he was trying to just catch the rail first, but with the 4 being so close to the rail, really difficult. But he has got an easy safety here. Can just sort of draw the cue ball behind the 9 if he wants. Play the 5 up table. And he's done it. And he's absolutely nailed it. Saying that, the 5 has gone close to the pocket. So if Ant can find a way to hit this, there's a good chance he can make it. He'll just be thinking, should I play it direct or play it off 2 rails? I like the 2 rail. And I think he did play the 2 rail, but he caught it direct. Dean just asking for the cue ball to be cleaned here.
Yeah, clock doesn't stop for that.
Yeah, don't be asking Jeremy Jones about that, Ben.
I've asked him a couple of times, actually. Yeah, it's one thing he always gets asked about, he says.
Back to this one. That's a really good pot there in the middle pocket from Dean. And he's in a prime position now to get on the hill. Just wants that to keep going. I think it's just okay. It's a thin one, and he's got to do a bit of work with the cue ball, because I'm not sure the 8 passes the 9. He's just come around to look at that now.
Yeah, so this could be 4 rails here with a bit of pace. 3, or even 5. Oh, scratched, is he? Oh,
he has.
wow.
And this is a gift for Ant. An absolute gift. Yeah, Dean, he wanted that previous shot. He just wanted the cue ball to keep going, so he didn't leave himself a thin 7. Leaving himself a thin 7, he had to try and spin it round for position on the 8.
Yeah, you can't believe he's scratched there. But there you go. Within 3 now.
Thing is, Ben, when you're doing that with a cue ball, there's always a chance. And another rack goes by. Where Ant keeps Dean off the hill. So what we had? We went 4-0 Dean, 4-3, 9-3, and now 9-6. So the game's definitely going in packs.
Let's see if Anthony can keep going. Meanwhile, John Park on the chat. Good evening. Hello, mate. How are you? Good to hear from you.
Yeah, Ant to be hoping he can keep this run going. That's 3 in a row. Momentum's with him. And a bit of a gift in the last rack. 6 balls saved him from a scratch. Are things turning, Ben?
That 2 balls going to dress up as well.
2 really lovely kicks. Dean's laughing. You know, 6 balls saved him from the scratch, and then the kick on the 2 ball to dress up over the pocket. That's incredible. And I can see why Dean's laughing, because he's had absolutely no luck on the break with landing on the 2.
Kiss of life, John Park just called it. Yeah, absolutely.
And if Ant can mop this up in no time, with how quick he plays, 2 rack difference, he's definitely all to play for. I'm not sure Ant played for the middle pocket there. I think he's playing for the corner. He's just overdrawn that by 3 feet.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
No, it's worked out perfect, but he stayed down on his shot like it wasn't what he was playing.
This could be bad,
into the 7.
This could be bad.
It's okay. It still cuts in. He's going to lose the cue ball a bit though. He's looking to come round the back of the 8.
Yeah, I think he has to.
Yeah, it's going to be close to the middle pocket here, Ben, I think. It's hard to tell on the camera. And it's hard to change the angle of the cue ball when you're hitting the object ball so thin. It was close to the middle. And a friendly bump on the 9, because I think it was close to the other middle.
Look at Dean in the chair.
He's had some bumps this. He's had some friendly bumps this for Ant. Sometimes you have got to just laugh. And is that the first break and run?
I haven't been keeping a note, I'll be honest.
I think it was. Oh, apart from the early combo from Dean. Yeah, that technically that counts, doesn't it?
I would say so.
I don't like that. If you don't pot all the balls, it's not a break and run.
Excellent nerves Mr. Ginn has, says John Park. Yeah, he doesn't seem to get nervous, mate, I'll be honest. He wasn't too fussed when I wanted to do interviews and all sorts, and most players are a bit, oh, do I have to do, you know, a bit nervous of cameras? No, he doesn't mind it. If Dean doesn't get a good break here, the next time he comes back to the table, it could all be even.
Thing is, Benny, he's getting good breaks. He's just not landing on the 2. Again, that one ball finds the pocket.
Oh, look at that kick.
This is outrageous. I've never known such bad luck on the break. He's nailing these break shots and getting no reward. You see, he's shaking his head, and you sort of understand why. I've never known run like this on a break shot. And it even carried over on the last match we watched of his, Ben. It was the same thing. So it's not just this match. And the body language of Ant has changed. I think he fancies this now, Ben.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's left himself more distance than he would have liked on this 5. He was stretching on the 4. He didn't really get through the cue ball. He's got a bit of work to do now. Just got to stay down on this. Yeah, that was always missable. He didn't stay down either. That wasn't a bad shot. It was the shot before on the stretch. Just didn't get far enough down the table with the cue ball, which makes that 5 missable. It's a really nicely controlled pot from Dean. Just killed the cue ball nicely for the shape on the green 6. And what was looking like what should be 9-8. Looks like Dean's going to get on the hill. I think that's the 3rd time in this match where Ant was going to get within 1 and failed to convert on a chance. Dean just coming round looking where he wants the cue ball for the 9. That's a simple, just draw off the side rail. Just puts the loop bridge on, helps with that draw. Just off the side rail and down, a little bit of right hand English. It's just about inch perfect. And a bit of a let off there for Dean. He was cursing his luck when he scratched on the break. Turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Ant leaving himself a long 5 ball. The poor positional shot on the 4. Dean comes back with a nice easy layout to get on the hill.
But Ant's proved he can win 4 on the spin. Just needs to do it now.
Yeah, and to do that in the alternate break format, said it earlier, you need your opponent to make mistakes. But I think Dean's got all the mistakes out of his system now. I can't see how he throws this away.
Oh, why have you done that to him?
Because I want to see a hill. All Ant can do is hold his serve and hope Dean makes mistakes. He hasn't made the 1 ball and doesn't look like he's made any ball, but he hasn't left a shot on the 1, so Dean will probably be pushing here.
Yeah, the push shot, much underrated faculty of the game. Difficult to know where you can put your opponent in trouble and you'll be pretty comfortable. I guess you guys got to try and think of a shot your opponent won't think of.
Yeah, so I like pushing to jump shots at the moment. I feel very comfortable playing jump shots, pots. So, and I know a lot of the top players like pushing to a kick where they can play a kick and stick. Dean sort of pushed to an area where he knows he and can't really play a pot on the one. Surely he's not lining up a free ball combo.
Looked immediately at what he was doing. Looks very adventurous.
Yeah, this is risky when your opponent's one rack away. It's very aggressive. Because it's technically still the shot after the break because of the push, he has got a minute to think about it. Yeah, he's opted for the sensible shot. Played the safety.
He's played it well.
Yeah. That one ball's travelled to the top rail, so difficult for Dean to try and jump and cut this in now. He has stretch for the jump cue. Using his extension. I'm not sure he's going to try and cut this in, Ben. It's very, very thin. The thin ones are very difficult when you're jumping. Because a lot of the time the ball is still jumping when it reaches the object ball. So catching it thin, sometimes it just jumps over the edge. Wow, so I think he's played a safety there, but he's unfortunately knocked the two ball in, which was over the pocket. And now he's going to have to play another jump shot. But this one is makeable. A little bit thicker than the last. Yeah, that's a very good shot. He's run into the free. And to keep this going, he's going to have to try and snick this into the middle pocket, because I don't believe it passes the 8.
No, I think you're right, but it could have been worse. He could have pushed it just too far and he hasn't.
No, I think he still snicked this in. Just got to try and control the cue ball for the 4. Just needs that to hold up. I think he's inch perfect. And just looking at the table, he's just got to make sure he leaves himself on the right hand side for the 7. That's what he's looking at now. The problem ball, he's already looking at it. Doesn't pass the 8, so he's looking, where can I leave the cue ball to play it in the opposite pocket? It's not really a problem to play on short side, but he's just making sure he leaves himself the right angle on the 6 to get there, which is what these top players do. Lower level players wouldn't even be thinking about the 7 when they're potting the ball so early in the rack. Just trying to get that cue ball over. He needs a little bit of luck. I think that's okay.
Yeah, I'm just judging it from Anthony's reaction.
I think he can dig down and draw this and still play short side on the 7. I think it's straight enough for him to do that. And he is. It's exactly what he's done. And now he's probably going to be running into the 8 ball when playing this 7 into the top left corner.
It's one of those where I think you might make both.
Yes, and he doesn't want to make both because it means the shot on the 9 is going to be difficult. There's only 3 balls left, but there's some work to navigate here. He needs a little bit of luck. Yeah,
Missed it.
That doesn't surprise me, Ben. He had quite a few things going through his head there with the cannon on the 8, the shot clock going. I think if he had a little bit more time, he would have just made sure of the 7 and just take whatever you get on the 8. Ant's got to be looking to play safe here. Try and use the 8 ball for cover. Is it going to get there? No. He's run into it. See by his reaction. He's not happy with that one. He really needed to get that behind the 8. And it's a chance. Probably a nicer chance for Dean than the last 7 ball he had a shot at. I think he likes these type of shots.
No, he hasn't liked that pocket.
Yeah, he's played that really well. He's used the 9 to stop the cue ball. And he's 2 pots away from winning his first GB9 title. He didn't pot that clean. He wanted the cue ball to come further over than this. But these are the kind of shots, these thin ones, he has been potting all day. Hopefully I've not put the commentator's curse on him.
You always felt when Dean started entering these events, it was a matter of when, not if.
And he's played it, he's nailed it. Well done, Dean. Unlucky, Ant. I'm sure it's not going to be your last final.
Absolutely class from Dean Shields all day. He's played some brilliant stuff. He's had some good luck. He's had some bad luck. But overall, you've got to say, he's been the man who's deserved it the most.
Yeah, I mean, his break's been phenomenal. I can't believe how often he didn't land on the 2. It was ridiculous for how well he was breaking. And even with that going against him, he's managed to come through this ridiculously good field and win the title. Really, really good stuff from Dean.
And we're going to hand over to Dan, sir.
Thank you very much to both our finalists. I think you all agree that Anthony showed a lot of resilience there, almost putting it back to 9-8 almost, but we won't go into that. But, yeah, big round of applause please for runner-up for GB9. So certainly mates, since we've come back in 2025, this makes our 6th different winner of the main event of GB9. I think he's played really, really well for the last couple of days anyway. It's a real test of strength, resilience and stamina. So will everybody please put your hands together for Dean, fucking hell. Dean the Shuffler Shields. Well done, mate. Right guys, just a reminder, tomorrow obviously going to all the latter stages of the tier events, the pro event starts as well. The top 16 players play against each other in a slightly format where it's winner breaks. And then of course for those who aren't playing tomorrow, we are running the Sunday flyer as usual. That's £20 for entry. So make sure you're in by 11 AM, before 11 AM, which is when we'll be taking the registrations. And then we'll be running the Sunday flyer. All prize money goes into the prize fund. So again guys, final time please for Dean Shields. Well done.
remember. Hey, a moment can live on forever.